Good morning there. I am about to go vote, and I hope that you are getting ready to go vote too. Voting is a duty, it's a civil duty, and if you have the right to vote and you don't vote, you are letting down your fellow citizens. If you are an investor and you care about tax laws and you care about profits and revenue growth, you need to vote the people in who will build a better society that will enable more people to climb up the economic ladder so that they can be a part of the economy. If you want your businesses to be more successful and grow into the future, you need a more prosperous electorate. You need a more prosperous consumer base. Businesses don't grow unless people have a good life and can afford to purchase and participate in the economy. That's what we're voting for as investors. We're not voting just to minimize our own taxes. We're voting to enable our society to continue to grow. Businesses depend on a growing economy. Businesses depend on a growing consumer base. All those numbers you see in the charts, they all assume that the consumer base continues to grow. They all assume that people continue to live better lives. They all assume that people in this country, in the United States of America, continue to have access to upward mobility. I come from a background where I grew up on food stamps. We got free meals, and all of that allowed me and my sisters and my brothers to work hard in school and in life to be able to grow up and move up the economic ladder. That poor kid who was getting free meals at lunch, he grew up to be a software engineer because he had the chance to live a better life because of social services. And when that kid grew up as a software engineer, in the first 2 years of his career, he paid off all of the free stuff he got. I've paid off all of my dues to our society in taxes because I make so much more money than my family could ever dream of had we not received those free services, had we not had the chance to move up the economic ladder. So you might be an investor saying, hey, I'm doing well. I work hard. I didn't need any free stuff. My businesses are doing well. Well, that's great. I'm happy for you. But if you want to be an empathetic person, you have to vote and vote for the people who will build a better society for all of us. There's no point in investing if the world around you is burning. There's no point in investing if the people in the society, the consumer base, are not growing, because that means that your businesses will not grow. Those charts you keep reading about CAGR, about 50% compounded annual growth in revenues, those won't happen unless we vote in people who build a better society for all of us, who enable economic growth across the board of all demographics. Your businesses won't get there if we don't enable entrepreneurship across the board for all people. Businesses know this to be true. If you ask a CEO or a CFO at any of the companies you're invested in, they'll tell you that they want the businesses that they compete with to pay their employees more money. Why? Because we all participate in the same economic ecosystem. If my competitors pay their employees more money, that means their employees have more money in their pockets to go spend on things that they like. And if I make those things they like, they will have more money to buy from me. And if I pay my employees more money, then they will have more money to go participate in the economy too. And then that means that somebody else's business will make more money, which means that they can pay their employees more money. And then it goes back in a cycle because they'll pay their employees more money. And their employees will say, hey, I have more money in my pocket. I can afford to live a better life. I can afford the nicer things in life. So I am going to go spend a little bit more money on that service. I'm going to go buy an electric vehicle. I'm going to go buy a Tesla. I'm going to go charge it at charge point. I'm going to buy a house. I'm going to use Open Door. I'm going to buy and eat healthier food, Tattoo Chef, so I live a healthier life and don't have to use up the social healthcare services. I'm going to start a business and hire some freelancers on Upwork and then pay them to do the work for me so I can grow my business. Because I know somewhere out there, there are businesses that are growing too and paying their employees more money so that they can come to me for my specific niche offering. And I'm going to grow my business and pay my employees more, and they can go to somebody else's business and buy from them. And the economy grows. That's how the economy works. And of course, I'm going to need some internet security. So I'm going to get Cloudflare. They're going to protect me, right? That means that Cloudflare is going to grow because they're getting paid more money. And they're going to pay their employees more money as they grow too. And through all of that, they're going to grow shareholder value. They're going to maximize profits. But we can't maximize profits if there's not a healthy consumer base, if there's not a growing consumer base across all demographics. Yes, we want people to be rich. We want to see people work hard and climb the ladder of economic prosperity. But what we all should want is that as that ladder continues to be climbed, we at least raise the base, we at least raise the bar for the lower bound. We increase the minimum amount to qualify for poverty. Today is $11,000, but in the society that we want to live in, that should maybe climb to $15,000 or $20,000. Because the higher that lower bound climbs, the more people can afford to participate in our economy, to help our businesses grow, to pay our employees, our fellow citizens more money so that they can live a better life and participate in our economy too. So vote for the people who you believe will build a better society across the board in the whole cycle. Think of systems. It's not all about one person. It's not all about you or me. I make a lot of money, but that doesn't matter if I can't share a good life with the people around me. If everyone around me is poor, there's not really much reason for me to have money. I can't do anything with it besides sit in my house and make videos. But who's going to watch my videos if they can't even afford to go invest on Robinhood? Because they don't even have $100 to put in the market. They don't even have $10 to put in the market because they're working paycheck to paycheck. So yes, of course, people will always be poor. But what we should all want is to make the quality of life for poor people a better quality of life as the time goes on. And as that increases, all of our lives increase as well. We're all in this together. So when you think about voting, don't just vote for the person you think is going to be the best for EVs. I keep seeing this on Facebook. Who is going to be better for EVs, Trump or Biden? I don't care. It doesn't matter. We have bigger problems than that. If you are as smart as I think you are for watching this video, for being here and investing in the markets and wanting to understand how to be a better investor, then I know that you know better than to think that it's all about one thing. I don't care who's better for EVs. I don't care who's better for my taxes immediately. We're long-term investors. In 10 years, 20 years, what kind of society do you want to live in? What kind of leader do you think will maximize profits for all of us? Because we cannot maximize shareholder profits if we don't maximize the quality of life for everyone in this country. Because remember, it all comes back down to the fact that we're all in a single economic cycle, a single ecosystem that depends on each of us having enough money to spend on products and services so that those businesses can pay their employees more money and grow shareholder value, and then those employees can go out and buy products and services, and it goes back around this cycle. The opposite of that, we've seen it, the Great Depression, deflation. When our society does not treat everyone fairly, does not promote a better quality of life for all of us, we risk going into deflationary cycles. And deflationary cycles, as we explained many times in this channel, are incredibly dangerous, are incredibly devastating, and that's what happened in the Great Depression. You do not want to see deflation anywhere that you are, anytime in your life. And if you vote for people who only care about enriching themselves and enriching their friends, we risk going back into deflationary cycles because they don't care about maximizing the quality of life for all of us. And that is a necessary part of a growing economy. The economy only grows when we all grow. So I'm going to vote for the people I believe are going to promote a better life for all of us and promote the maximization of shareholder value over the long term. Not the people who are just going to promote minimized taxes for me, because I don't live alone in this country. I have rich friends. I have poor friends. I have friends who came up with me who were also poor and had free lunch and had the government cheese, and now we're all out here paying our dues back to society and promoting a more prosperous and better quality of life for all of us. In this election, all I ask for you is that you at least vote. I don't care who you vote for. Well, I do, but I just need you to vote, because the more of us that vote, the more perspectives we have in this election. We need all of our voices to be heard. That's your duty as a citizen. You owe it to your neighbors, your fellow citizens, and those who cannot vote. Because remember, you cannot always vote. If you are a poor white man who does not own property, you couldn't always vote. If you are a black man, you were a slave to the people who wrote the Constitution. And even after they freed you, you couldn't vote. You had to fight to vote. And if you are a woman, it took you a long time of marching and asking for the basic citizenship rights to vote, to have your voice counted. And if you are a black woman, your road has been the hardest when it comes to voting. And if you're poor, some people don't want you to vote. They don't care what your thoughts are or what your ideas are. They want to control you by minimizing your vote. So it's your duty to go out there and say, hey, I'm here and I'm going to be heard. I'm going to vote. If each of us do our duties and we vote, at least then we can say, hey, our leaders are representative of the people they serve. Because that's not always true, because enough of us do not vote. So get out there and vote today. Vote responsibly. Have empathy. If you're doing well, think about your neighbor. Think about the cleaning lady at your golf club. Think about the waiters at your favorite restaurant. Think about your kids' friends who do not have it as well as your kid. Because I was that kid's friend. I was the friend who did not have it as well as my rich friends. And because my family had our basic needs taken care of by social services, we were able to work hard to get to where we are now. And I'm standing here before you asking you to vote, because I live a pretty good life. And I just want the same for everyone else in this country. We may not all get to the same financial level, but we should at least all have a decent quality of life. And that's what I'm voting for today. And I hope that you will vote too. And if you're voting in the United States today, comment below what your thoughts are. And if you're not voting in the United States today, comment below and tell the people here that they need to go out and practice their civil duty. They need to go out and vote. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, like the video below, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Because on this channel, I'm going to continue to bring to you more information on how to invest for the long term and be a better investor and build your wealth. Build long-lasting, sustainable wealth that will allow you to retire into the life that you want to live, not the life that you have to live. And along the way, we're going to continue to practice the bull mentality. The bull mentality is that we know what we invest in. We understand what we invest in. We believe in what we invest in, and we hold for the long term, because that's how we build wealth in this country. That's how we give ourselves the best chance of success on the stock market. So I'm Lincoln W. Daniel with bullacademy.org. I'm about to go vote for the President of the United States, as well as everyone else down the ballot. If you're voting, I hope that you vote for the President and then continue down the ballot and vote for the people who are going to serve your needs and your fellow citizens' needs, all of us. So thank you again and have a great day. Okay, so I did it. I voted in my second presidential election, and I'm very happy for that, because I remember back in middle school, my mom, an immigrant, we survived a civil war. And for years we lived here until middle school. When I was 5, we moved over, and we lived here in this country as just green card holders. And then my mom finally had enough years under her belt that she could go register to be a citizen. And at the time I was taking social studies classes, learning about US history. So I helped her study for the long test to become a citizen of the United States. And since then, when she passed that test, we became citizens back in middle school. And I voted in 2016 for the President of the United States. Of course, that did not go as I wanted, but that's just how voting is. You won't always win, and you won't always get what you want immediately. You have to keep at it and keep going, and one day we will get to the promised land. But change takes time. Just like investing takes time, change takes time. So all you have to do is consistently work at it, consistently vote, consistently be an engaged citizen. So I got my sticker and I am happy. I voted and I can say I am an engaged citizen. So if you haven't voted yet, get out there and vote. It's super easy. There's only like, what, 7 choices to vote for? So go out there, just vote down the ballot, vote for people you want, and vote for a better society for all of us. Go vote.